What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Dee Dee is back home in Los Angeles. Hello, boys. Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh. And today is the 200th episode of the Brunch Breakdown.
Oh
And
yeah.
we've got lots of things going on. Chris has things to talk about. Chris has lots of things to talk about. We've got sports, we've got fitness, we've got ESPN's top 100 athletes list that I can't wait to dive into. We've got a special sports brunch court, and music and beer and more. It's the Brunch Breakdown. Dan, let everybody know where they can find us.
For the 200th time, I would love to with pleasure. Anywhere, everywhere. If this is episode 200 for you, this is episode 100 for you, like it is for Chris, or if it's episode 1 for you, welcome. Welcome to the Brunch Breakdown, where you can find new episodes each and every Wednesday, anywhere podcasts are available. We appreciate you following and subscribing. Let the episode come right to you on the go. Be ready to listen every Wednesday. Full video episodes as well. Spoiler alert, you're going to want to catch a little glimpse of the video for sports, our very first ever sports brunch court, a little bit later in the show. Where can you find that? YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. On man, any other time you want to watch after that. We're also everywhere on social media at Brunch Breakdown. And of course, we give you what we're listening to each and every week. We put that in a little playlist for you. Spoiler alert, this week's going to be really good. You can find that on Spotify. Simply search Sounds of Brunch on Spotify every Friday and enjoy.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, it's time to get random topics off our chest. But Chris, what I don't know what you're gonna get off your chest, but I need you to talk about what you have to talk about. So go.
I would love to. And then if I also have the opportunity to get something off my chest, I will do that. Or we consider this
Yes.
my chest segment,
No.
depending on how long it takes. Um, we'll
That's
see.
fair.
So strap in, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys in 15 minutes. No, yeah, if you are listening to this on our day we publish our podcast on Wednesdays, training camp is open, boys. And by that I mean the brand new program, the brand new fitness membership, and it's a fitness and sports membership program that I've created for my business. So I'm really excited about it. I could go through like all of the benefits, the things that people get, but I have a website and you can learn all about that there. It's chrisgatesfitness.com/training camp. But given the nature of this episode, or not this episode, this podcast, and recently I've actually been telling people, they've been asking about the Brunch Breakdown, like what the concept is. And I keep going back to like the original concept, which I think is still really cool. And I still get really good feedback on, where it's like, we don't live in the same place anymore. So we don't get to go to brunch in the same place anymore. But this is the stuff that we would talk about if we still got to go to brunch together, right? Like this is how
Mhm.
the
Yes.
things we would talk about.
Absolutely.
Spot on.
So the way that I would describe this to you guys is, number one, selfishly, it's like the combination of my two favorite things: fitness
Us and oh no.
Oh, so it's fitness and brunch. Oh, I
Oh.
guess I'm learning about what you're doing now too.
I do love you boys. You know that. Fitness and sports. I'm kind of combining them into the same program, and it's a low cost membership thing. So like one-on-one coaching it's more cost effective than personal training in the gym. Like it's actually considerably less expensive, but still, that's a cost that people incur. Not everybody can afford it. So I wanted to make something that was low cost and also like have a way to engage people in it. So we're going to do a bunch of fun stuff in there. Everybody gets monthly workout programs every month. There's a private Facebook group that everybody gets access to, where we do a bunch of challenges, fun stuff with fitness, where, we challenge you to create habits. Prizes are awarded. We do Q&As in there where everybody can get like their, exact questions answered, get the feedback and the coaching that you need every week. We're also going to do sports stuff, right? So for the fall, planning on doing football pick'em every week. And we're also going to give out prizes for that. And I think there's a lot of fun stuff moving into the future where, maybe we do like fantasy sports leagues in the group, college football playoff. I think it would be fun to do a bracket challenge, March Madness, do a bracket challenge. Like, I think there's a lot of cool stuff we can do with both fitness and sports to get everybody, the support they need, help you reach your goals, do it at a low cost, and actually make it fun. So like that's the general overview and like the selfish opportunity for me to just be able to talk about the things that I love all the time. But I also, like, way back at the beginning of the year, I made a post on Instagram where I told people I normally would do a sale right now. I normally would open up coaching applications for one-on-one coaching, but I couldn't do it. And like life has been crazy. I'm fortunate enough that my business has done well. The combination of everything, I've been maxed out on the amount of people that I can work with one-on-one. And like there was this series of events of things that happened where like I made that announcement because of so much happening. And then after I made that announcement, so many other things happened that made me like kind of stressed, kind of feeling anxious, kind of like wondering if I did the wrong thing with making that announcement. And I know it was the right thing. But it all snowballed to this one moment, which I like still blows my mind that it happened. But two of my mentors were on this podcast called Mind Pump. It's the biggest fitness podcast in the world. And just totally unprovoked, out of nowhere, they started talking about me on this podcast. And I was on the highway with my wife and kids, and I almost crashed the car. I could not believe it as it was happening. And like at that moment, I was like, the entire world is hearing about me and my business, which is so cool, but I don't have the opportunity to help a single additional person. And that like kind of tore me up inside. And I had always had this fitness membership idea in the back of my head. I've actually run training camp as a 90-day challenge a few times, knowing that one day I wanted to launch the program. And I wasn't expecting to do it this year, but when I heard that and like it came after a series of events that led up to it, I was just like, you know what, I need to do this. Like, I feel like these are signs that I should do it now. I don't know how well it's going to be received, how many people want to actually participate, but like, I feel like this is a sign that I should do this now. So this is a program where I actually can do that. I can take on many, many more people than I'm working with right now. And I think still provide them with a high level of support. And like I said, do a lot of fun stuff. I feel like there's a very large amount of people that are interested in their health and fitness and also follow sports to some degree. You do not have to be a diehard to be in this program. But we use sports as a way to kind of create community and also push you to, develop some of those habits that can actually improve your health and fitness. So I'm super excited about it. I'm really, really excited. As we record this, it launches tomorrow. So I'm also very stressed out, but I'm more than anything very excited. And I hope anybody listening, if you're interested in trying what I'm actually offering here at the launch of this, to make it like a no-brainer for you at least to try it, is that I have a discount code that you can use to get your first month for $10. Okay. The program monthly costs $50, which like I bought a t-shirt 2 weeks ago for $40. So like buy one less t-shirt and focus on your health and fitness. Like, so I'm really trying to make this low cost, but in the effort to get people in there just to see what it's like, I think if you join and you check it out, you're going to see how much support is built into it that you'll probably want to stay. But the discount code is CGF10. Okay, Chris Gates Fitness 10. CGF10 is the discount code. If you plug that in, you'll get your first month for $10. There's no commitment. You sign up whenever you want. You can cancel whenever you want. But like I said, I think if you sign up and see what's in there, I think you're really going to enjoy it. So it's chrisgatesfitness.com/training camp and use the code CGF10 for a $10 first month. So like I bought a t-shirt for $40. The last time I went through the Starbucks drive-thru with my family, it was a lot more than $10. So just go to Starbucks one last time this month and try out training camp. And I think you'll enjoy it. Okay. That's all.
Dude, I'm super excited for you. It's funny because you mentioned I hate training camp. So like training camp gives me the hives. One, I think training camp is stupid. Also, I think training camp, covering training camp just makes me think of driving to Latrobe. And if you've ever gone to Latrobe,
yeah.
I don't listen. Some people think it's magical. I just think it's a shitty looking college in a random area of Pennsylvania. That's what I think of training camp and practice. But your training camp, I'm all for. So, I'm starting to get over, my hives whenever people say training camp, but I love yours.
Maybe
so
this is the
it.
positive experience you need, Didi. And
yes.
I'm happy to provide that to you.
That'll turn it around. Yes. Love it. Love it.
Well, we'll come back around for you to chest, Christopher.
Get in line.
Get back in line. Dan, get it off your chest.
I'd be happy to, boys. And part of the reason we were unable to record last week is because I spent a quick weekend in Washington, D.C., but not just for the sights and the sounds. Boys, I got to attend a Savannah Bananas baseball game, and it was simply magical. The Savannah Bananas are going around tour to a few MLB stadiums this year. Chris, a dear good friend of ours, Wade, back in our Kent State days, got placed into a lottery. His, I think, mother-in-law won tickets or something like that, and asked if my wife and I would like to go, and I was like, hell yes. And so they actually set a record, Savannah Bananas attendance record at Nationals Park of like 48,000 people to watch a Savannah Bananas baseball game. It was wildly sold out, and there was a huge waiting list after that. The people were just trying to get into this baseball game. If you don't know about the Savannah Bananas, we've talked about them on this podcast before, but think the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. These guys and girls are out to make baseball fun again. And not again, fun, right? Let's just end the sentence there. I don't know why I would have thought again. Was it ever? And it's just nonstop entertainment from start to finish, right? They are playing music nonstop the whole game. That alone makes this so much better to watch and enjoy. Like you get to do during a basketball game, like an NBA game. They get to play music during the game. They're doing this during a baseball game, and they're changing it up. It's almost like a DJ's running the booth. The scoring and the rules are completely different. You win innings in Savannah Bananas baseball. That's how you win. If you get more runs than the other team does, you win the inning. And then once you have surpassed that, if you win the inning is over. You don't just keep going. You don't just get how many more runs can you score. You win the inning. It's amazing. They have these other very strange rules. This one was interesting to watch. When a player gets walked, right, a base on balls, every member of the fielding team has to touch the baseball. And until they do, the batter that got walked can keep running. So it turns a walk into way more exciting. So they run this drill. I'll try to picture it this way. The fielding team runs this drill where they kind of all swarm towards second base, because throwing it, around would take too long, right? So they all swarm towards second base, and they had this sort of like almost pitch and catch drill. It's really fun to watch. It's coordinated. And the guy batting can keep running towards second base until the last player touches the ball. And if the last player touches the ball and he's still running, he can be called out if he doesn't reach second base or third base. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. I love this rule. If a fan catches a ball, it's an out. Incredible. A fan in the stands catches the ball, the player's out. They have dance breaks in the middle of these games. There's players on stilts batting with stilts. They have these different inning celebrations. The players run up into the stands. It's unbelievable. Like I could just go on and on and on about the different aspects of entertainment that that the Savannah Bananas do. And maybe most importantly, there is a 2-hour time limit. And that's it. They don't play longer than 2 hours, which is phenomenal. I am proud to say that the Savannah Bananas did come out on top, They played the firefighters, and they had their own little shticks and dances and things like that. Like they'd bring out a fire ladder if they won an inning, like a legitimate fire ladder, and the team would hold it on the ground, and the player that won, got the run that won the inning climbs up the ladder and just stands on top and just like celebrates to the crowd. I was like, this guy's gonna fall, but it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Shouts to Wade. Thank you, buddy, for the invitation. And get to Savannah, get to wherever the Bananas are playing. Savannah Bananas are here to stay. This is what baseball should be about. It was my weekend.
Anytime I see something with the Savannah Bananas, I get so excited. It just makes me smile. It makes me happy. And like you said, Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. It's like, yeah, because the Harlem Globetrotters still make me happy. I love the Harlem Globetrotters. So yeah,
for
saw the
sure.
Harlem. I think I saw the Harlem Globetrotters like 2 years ago, and I was like, this is still great. This is still great.
Yeah, you can watch the Bananas on YouTube. They're on ESPN. Which is really where they started to blow up. You can watch those games on ESPN from their home ballpark in Savannah, Georgia. Amazing.
Yeah, the whole product is very, very cool, and it's no wonder that it's gotten so popular. But the fact that they're selling like 50,000 seat stadiums is amazing. Crazy. And like recently, I've heard the dude who came up with the concept talk. I think he did like a TED talk, and he's talked about the marketing behind it. And like, if you are interested at all in marketing, or if you need ideas, like the way it seems like they just stripped baseball down to like, what are the common pain points for fans and how can we make those better? And they took a sport and totally changed it to be the most entertaining thing that you could watch. It's pretty amazing.
It is. And they're still playing baseball. It's not scripted, right? They're still playing the game. They just have different rules and different ways of scoring. And it's far more entertaining. I can't wait till I get to do it again. Yeah. And they are. The buzz is rolling across the nation with sold out stadiums of 50,000. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Good for them.
Dude, I'm jealous. All right. I'm gonna get this off my chest, boys. Parents out there, you don't have to post your kids' pictures on social media. So stop posting a picture of your kid and putting an emoji over their face.
I knew it.
Like, you don't have to post. Like, you literally don't have to put them on there. What is the point of you taking a picture of your kid? Not even you holding the kid or anything like that. It's a picture of your kid doing something at a science center or outside or whatever, and you put an emoji over their face. You don't have to post a picture of your kid. You just don't. You can send that picture in a text message to your mother or to your best friend or whoever. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, I need people to just stop doing that. Like, social media is a ridiculous thing. Everybody knows it. It's fine. But I just don't get why anyone feels that they need to post a picture of their kid with an emoji on their face. Either post your kid or don't. It's stupid. I just don't know what goes through people's brains. It's the dumbest thing in the world. And I understand if, like, I don't know, Beyonce doesn't want to show her kid's face, but the person I went to Brooke High School with isn't Beyonce. Like, it's the dumbest thing in the world. Like, stop putting an emoji over your kid's face. Just don't post them. Just send the picture to your friend. Because you know who doesn't need to see your kid? Me. Because I'm not friends with you. So, like, don't show me if you don't want to. It's just dumb. I'm out. I had to get it off my chest.
I love that. Like, your life's not so important that you need to, like, say, hey, people, we're doing things here. We're doing things. We're out.
Here.
You got to see it. But you're not seeing my baby. Not my baby.
Is that potentially the surest sign of, like, chasing likes?
Oh.
It's because, like, kids get likes, but you don't want to show their face, but you want the likes. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You want to still post, right? So you want the likes, and so it's like, here's my family. Love it.
It's just, it's Just
Oh,
stupid. It's so stupid. It's really stupid. I can't stand it because I just don't
yeah.
understand the point. It's like, just
Just
don't
don't
post
include.
them.
Yeah, just don't post.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't do it. Like, it's dumb.
I'm gonna whenever we're fortunate enough to have a family, I'm just gonna Photoshop the baby's head out, and there's just gonna be a body there.
It's kind
Or I'm gonna like Photoshop one of your faces on the baby.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
oh my god.
Throw breakdown logo over that thing. Help us out. Do something. Get emojis. Everybody knows those.
Like, I think the George Lopez show, they used to do flashbacks to like when George was a kid, and
Oh,
all
yeah.
they would do is just use
Oh,
like
yeah.
George's head on a
You
baby's
just had,
body.
yeah.
His actual head on a baby's body. All right, Chris, get it off your chest.
Dude, the George Lopez show was so funny. Maybe that's what I want to talk about today. I loved that show.
Dude, same.
Okay, yeah, I'll make this second piece quick. I just want to say I am so now seeing how it has been received and seeing the amount of creative social media content that's been published on the internet over the last few days. I am so glad that NCAA football went away for a decade. Like, I was always so upset about it, but having taken that decade to let aged men think about the first thing they were going to post when the game came back has led to so many funny videos and like series of videos. I've been watching a video or a video series on Instagram of this dude who created a player who's 7 feet tall, like 400 pounds with a six pack. His name is Laheisman is his first name. And the last name is Transfer Portal. Okay. And he plays for Coastal Carolina and he cannot be stopped. And it is so entertaining. And like seeing all these videos, like, and to be clear, I don't play the game. I don't really play video game. Well, I don't play video games at all. And if I did, I wouldn't be doing the launch this week because I would have wasted all my time. And that's why I don't play video games, because I know what they will do to me. But I am very happy that everybody else is playing it because I loved that game. It looks like the new game is fantastic. And I have been just getting a kick out of all the posts on the internet. So shout out to all the dudes taking over their 65-inch flat screens and making their wives deal with it, because I am having a blast taking it in from afar.
Maybe the greatest video game series ever. And it's like the one time, like I haven't invested in a gaming console in, I don't know, a decade. But like when that game went away, I was like, well, that was it. That's what I do. That's it. So now I'm like, ooh, should I? Should I dump back in the pool?
I'm happy everybody is happy. I was just like, I was looking around, I was like, man, whatever. Like before the game came out, I was just like, you guys know, like we all don't have the same amount of time we had back in 2003, right? Like
right.
You know, we don't, because like what you said, I haven't bought a gaming system. The last gaming system I bought was PlayStation 2. So like I haven't bought one in a very long time. Because I remember when PS3 came out and it was like, do I want this? And I found out how much it was. I was like, you on vacation for that. I'm good. Like, no, like I can't.
True.
Decisions have to be made when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, I'm just happy about happy it makes everyone. Everyone's very, very happy about this. So anything that brings the the world together for a couple minutes,
yeah,
I'll take it.
You go.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. Well, let's get into brews, boys. Christopher, you are no longer sober.
Well, okay. I'm not drunk right now. Let's take it.
Yeah,
easy,
he
okay?
is.
Yeah, he is.
Episode
He
200,
hasn't
pop the
stopped drinking
champagne.
for a week. He's so
I'm
stressed
into
out
it,
with
yeah.
training camp. My man has been cracking them back. Let's go.
I'm on a massive training camp bender right now, boys. I did indulge. It just so happened to end at exactly 200 days, which was kind of a nice round number there. But went to Deep Creek with friend of the show, Ryan, and he didn't know that I was gonna like have a drink while we were there. But I think he had hoped he could coax me into one. I went fully prepared to indulge. And he brought this bottle, which I've confirmed with my brothers-in-law, who are big bourbon drinkers, that this actually is a relatively rare bottle of bourbon. It's E.H. Taylor Jr., the single barrel. There's a little picture of it right there. And it was fan-freaking-tastic. I don't really know how to review bourbon all that much, other than I prefer the ones that have like a very clear spice level to them, kind of like a maker's mark. And this reminded me of that. I was honored to have been able to have something that is apparently so rare. I would not advise other people to let me continue to do that, because you should share it with people who know more about what they're talking about. But I loved it. Thank you to Ryan. It was a wonderful drink, and it was a wonderful weekend. So yeah, I'm drunk, boys.
Beautiful. Love it. Love to see you're back. Love to see you
yes.
back.
Welcome back.
Makes me happy you're back. No, I wasn't expecting bourbon to come out, so you really went for it.
No,
you really went for it. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I was expecting something lighter, so that's good. Dark, good stuff. Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker.
All right, boys. Well, I don't know if this has ever happened on the Brunch Breakdown, but if it has, I apologize. If it has, I apologize, but I don't think it has. So I had from Monkish Brewing Company and Salt and Straw, which is a amazing ice cream place. They have a collaboration on an ice cream, an alcohol infused ice cream. It's Monkish's Space Cookie IPA, cookies and cream ice cream.
There's alcohol in the ice cream?
In the ice cream. I had to show ID to get the ice cream. No shit.
Do they have to sell that in like a special aisle? How does this work?
Dude, I got it at Salt and Straw. So it's its own ice cream place. And they did a collaboration with Monkish Brewing, which is in Torrance, which is like basically right outside of Los Angeles. And they have this Space Cookie Hazy IPA, and they made the Space Cookies and Cream Hazy IPA ice cream at Salt and Straw. And it is mind-blowing because it shouldn't taste good. I got it thinking that it was going to taste bad. I was like, there's no way this is going to taste good. And boys, it's incredible. I don't know how they did this. I don't understand how they did this. You taste the IPA, you taste the ice cream, the cookies. I don't know how they did it. I have no idea how you do this. I don't know how you do this, but it's incredible. So shouts to everyone at Salt and Straw. And like Salt and Straw is incredible ice cream. It's like super good. And the way they did this with this beer, I don't understand, but it's incredible. Incredible.
That's fascinating. Like, because normally when you're adding alcohol to anything food related, you're cooking it and it's burning off the alcohol, right? But this, you're not cooking ice cream.
No.
It's somehow being blended with the milk.
Yeah, dude.
Right? Like it's how, and so it retains the alcohol content. But first of all, the fact that it tastes good is one thing.
It tastes
but like how
amazing.
You actually like bring it together.
Did you get a buzz?
I mean, I felt like I don't know. It tasted like I was drinking. I don't know. It was like, it's however you feel off of, I guess off of like, I don't know how much beer is in the, the little thing of ice cream, the couple scoops of ice cream. So it's not like in a buzz, but like you do taste like it tastes like you're eating ice cream and drinking a beer. I don't know. But that doesn't sound like it's good. That's the problem.
Tastes like you're drinking ice cream.
Yeah, that's the problem. The problem with explaining it is that any way you explain it doesn't sound good. It's like, oh yeah, the first thing I think about when I'm eating ice cream is drinking a beer. No, you don't.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't. So good.
That's cool.
Just mind blowing.
We had Fernet ice cream in outside of Yellowstone.
Leonard Fernet.
And if you know anything about Fernet, I mean, it was pretty wild. So interesting, Didi. I like that. Yeah. Get a couple more scoops and save it for your boy when he comes out.
Well, dude, I hope
just put that bad boy in the freezer. Yeah.
Yes.
I like
Dan's
that.
gonna eat until he gets drunk, and I can't wait to
yeah. Still don't feel it. Still don't feel it. Give me some more.
Like if you eat a whole pint of it, will you be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the ABV per pint?
But yeah, legit, like had to show ID to get this ice cream.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Well, for episode 200, I've got what I'll consider a Daniel Dudley special. Actually, in fact, I probably should have picked some of this up for you. Aslan Beer Company, based out of Virginia, pretty wide distribution. They have a tap room in Pittsburgh, and they have an El Frutero series. A little El Frutero, huh? El
Frutero, yeah.
El Frutero. And they're that's what I kept calling it. Privately, I kept calling it that. And so they released.
You have to go there and order it on the menu that way.
Yeah.
I'll get the
Frutero.
Oh my god!
I was like, don't say that out loud in front of somebody. But the El Frutero, it's a sour ale series, and it was a mango edition, but not just mango, friends. It was mango, lime, habanero, and salt. And it's supposed to be like a mango margarita with a little bit of like maybe a jalapeno margarita. This beer was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Like authentic mango. It tasted like real mango. You know, if you taste enough mango things, you can kind of tell what's a little bit artificial and what's a little bit more natural. This was very real, authentic mango flavor. And I'm not huge on spice, so I was a little concerned because even the label is like fire emojis everywhere. I'm like, this could be a little spicy. No, just the right amount, kind of on the back end. It starts strong, juicy mango, and just that little bit of, I won't even call it heat. It's more of like spice. Just like you would in a margarita, spicy marg, right on the back end. Delicious. The El Frutero with mango from Aslan Beer Company. Tasty treat.
El Frutero. Fucking love it. That sounds amazing. It's really the tap dancing on my palate. Like I can taste it.
Definitely for you. Yeah, it's wonderful.
I love that every fruity beer is just like, oh man, it's a fruity beer. It makes me think of Didi. I don't know if that's
Hey, got pineapple, a little blood orange. That's a Daniel Dudley.
Yeah. Hey, toss some mango in there, and you got Captain Frutero over here. He's gonna try it.
I don't know if I want to be Captain Frutero. Anyways, cheers, boys.
Cheers.
All right. Well, let's get into the main menu of the Brunch Breakdown, brought to you by ChrisGatesFitness.com. All right, here we go. ESPN's top 100 athletes. They put out this list because nothing's going on right now, and they want people to fight. So, number one on the list is Michael Phelps.
Top 100 of the 2000s.
Of the 2000s. Top 100 athletes of the 2000s. Michael Phelps is number one on this list. How do we feel?
I'm okay with this. I think I was a little bit surprised, but I'm fine with this. I'm fine with him being number one. He literally did things that nobody's ever come close to doing. So I'm okay with Michael Phelps being number one.
Yeah, I think he's the most decorated Olympian of all time, right?
Yeah.
So I got no problem with that.
28 medals, 23 gold. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate this. So yeah, I absolutely hate this. Like listen, Mike, like I get it. It's cool they put Olympians in here because I didn't know how this list was going to go. They have like basically everybody they got Formula One drivers in this shit.
It's like everything. Yeah.
Every single thing possible. I'm sure there probably is a cricket player on this list that I skipped over or something like that. It's fine. But Michael Phelps, do you know who the second most decorated Olympian is? Do you know? Ryan Lochte, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ryan Lochte, okay? Just to let you know how dumb swimming is. Ryan Lochte is the second most decorated Olympian. It's Ryan Lochte, okay? Anyways, if we're gonna put Olympians on this list that have done amazing things, Usain Bolt is number 9 on this list. He should be number 1, okay? If we're gonna put Olympians on, because all 3 of us have tried to be the fastest in our whatever neighborhood, school, whatever. You've tried to be the fastest. Usain Bolt was the fastest person in the world for 3 Olympics, from 08 to 2016, and some people are probably like, I bet he could still get down right now. Like, he is number 1 if we're putting Olympians on this list. He is absolutely number 1. Like, we all run. We all don't swim. We all run, though. Like, I've never tried to competitive swim. I've just tried to stay afloat. That's it. Never raced somebody swimming. Never once in my life. But I have raced people. So if we're gonna put Olympians on this list, it's Bolt. And if you're gonna say Michael Phelps because he's the most decorated Olympian, fine. But Usain Bolt can't be 9. He can't be 9.
That's fair. Maybe Bolt shouldn't be 9.
He can't be 9.
Lochte has 12 medals. Michael Phelps has 28.
Dude.
That's a gap.
Still,
That's a gap.
still.
And here's the thing. Michael Phelps is the fastest at like every type of swimming.
Yeah, but
Usain Bolt is just the fastest at like short run.
Oh my God, here we go.
Take him in a long run.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to
All
get
right.
into an Olympics debate with Dan.
We're not doing this.
Yeah.
No. Because here's the
We're
thing.
5 days away.
I'm sorry that like the people who I'm sorry that whoever started sprinting or whatever the hell back in the days decided that, you know what, doing the 100 meters backwards is stupid. Like,
should have kept it.
Doing the 100 meters, like the 100-meter butt kick or whatever the hell, because like I guess that would be the freestyle. He would just you have to put your arms like this and just go like this. Like, what are we doing? Just no. He is the master at swimming, but I'm sorry, all the ways of swimming aren't. It's dumb. You don't have to like. Oh yeah, you go like this. You go like this. Yeah, I'm better at this swimming than everyone.
You've clearly never swam. You've never.
Get out of here.
Hold on.
He's never tried it. He's never tried it.
Hold on, because running decided did anybody ask for them to like, we're going to have you run this race, but we're just going to like put shit in the way of you and you got to jump over it. That's weird. That's weird.
See this sand pit? See how far you can dive into it.
So that, yeah. And then there's the other one, and I forget what it's called, like duathlon or whatever. And they're like, oh, this time we're going to put it's going to be huge. And then you're going to land in water. There's some weird shit that running does. Okay. There's some weird shit that running does. My bigger thing than Michael Phelps is that like, and looking at this list, I know, so I'm looking at they don't really say what the criteria was other than voters were instructed to consider only an athlete's performance since 2000. And they say like, so for Barry Bonds, a lot of his MVPs came before 2000. So get that, but it's like, consider their performance. Okay. Performance, like in a team sport, individual performance, like there's performance comes in so many different forms and fashions. And like if I'm just thinking about athleticism, how is Tiger Woods, Usain Bolt, and Kobe Bryant behind Tom Brady? Like Tom Brady is one of the least athletic people. He was incredibly successful at what he did, but like Ben Roethlisberger holds a lot of passing records. He won 2 Super Bowls, went to 3 of them. Nobody's putting him on like a best athletes list, right? Because like he doesn't look athletic, but he was actually more athletic than Tom Brady. He could get away from people more. He could run around. He could do all this like backyard football stuff. Like there's so many different ways you can look at athlete and athletic. And obviously he's won more championships than anybody, so he deserves a ton of credit for that. But playing in a team sport and you're like, not really that athletic. I don't know. It's weird to me.
Yeah. So just to give everybody, we're not going to obviously run off 100, but we'll give everybody the top 10 because that's probably where most of the beef lies. Michael Phelps, number 1, Serena Williams, number 2, Lionel Messi, number 3, LeBron James, number 4, Tom Brady is at 5, Roger Federer at 6, Simone Biles at 7. I pause there. Tiger Woods, 8. Usain Bolt 9, Kobe Bryant 10. How in the hell is Tiger Woods 8? Behind Simone Biles? And to your point, Didi, Simone Biles before Usain Bolt, I don't know if I like that either. She's probably in the top 15, top 20. But She's ahead of Tiger?
I see.
How much of Tiger's success was before 2000? I can't remember. He kind of came up in like 88, 98, 99, right? So
yeah, but then
like the vast
13
majority of it was after 2000. Right?
13 of his 15 majors were after 2000.
Okay, yeah. So basically everything. Yeah.
So most of it. Not all of it. You're right. Not all of it, but most of it.
Yeah. It was mainly just like the Masters where that was 98, right? Or 97 or whatever it was. The crazy Masters.
96, like. I think, was his first. Yeah. But yeah, so the majority, because you're right, that's the criteria. They're literally saying block everything out ahead of that. Accomplishments since 2000. There's no way he should be 8. It's way too low.
Yeah, I wish they would have given a criteria of this because I thought there was one and there isn't one. And it's just like, oh, yeah, just name your favorite athlete, basically. And I'm like, because there's no reason, like Tom Brady, out of all the sports that you see on here, it's like Tom Brady played football. Like, no offense to athletes in football, but like you're one out of a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, like, and you only play half the game.
Yeah, you only play half the game. So like I don't get how Tom Brady can be 5. I get like the championships and all that, but like Tom Brady didn't even play well in some of those Super Bowls. Like it's like everybody else who won championships here. If Michael Phelps doesn't do well, he doesn't win gold. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like in basketball, if Kobe or LeBron don't do well, those teams don't win. So but if Tom Brady doesn't do well, it's like, all right, like he can not do well for 3 quarters and come in and do fine in the 4th and then they can win a Super Bowl. Like it just doesn't. Yeah, that I just don't understand this. But Simone Biles, have you seen Simone Biles? I don't know
yes.
When it comes to athleticism, like, come on, man.
Yeah, gymnasts are so athletic, man.
It's insane she is the greatest of the great. Like, she's like a geriatric gymnast, and she's like favored to win all the medals in 2020 and 2024. Like, it's insane. But yeah, I don't know. The top 10 just, I don't know. It bothers me. Like, but Serena's 2, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
there are 4 tennis players in the top 12.
Yeah, which
like I know we're seeing some of the greatest tennis players of all time in this generation. Seems like a lot in the top 12 though.
Yeah. Did either of you go through this list looking for someone to see where they put them? Because I was like, all right, I see the top 10. And I was like, where's Sidney Crosby? I was like, where's Sidney Crosby and where's Floyd Mayweather? Because hockey, boxing, I love hockey and boxing. The whole world doesn't love hockey. The whole country doesn't love hockey and boxing the way that I do. So I was like, where are they on this list? Sidney Crosby comes in at 22 and Floyd Mayweather's 25. And I'm just like, if you're trying to tell me that Cristiano Ronaldo is more athletic than Sidney Crosby and Floyd Mayweather, go just die somewhere. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is the most, no. Tim Duncan is number 16. Great basketball player, but there's nothing that makes people be like, whoa, 15th best athlete ever. Never. For once. There's nothing about those Spurs teams. A lot more people would have enjoyed the Spurs run of championships if Tim Duncan was the 15th best athlete ever. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett is ahead of Floyd Mayweather.
Just, I
went looking for Sidney Crosby too. And like, I think this is another one where like voters actually probably did knock him because hockey players, even the best ones, only play 1/3 of a hockey game. Right. And so then I actually, after him, went looking for Connor McDavid, who's at 98. And like, Jesus.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
He's
but again, they are talking about
person on skates I've ever seen.
Yeah, because again, accomplishments is part of this criteria, right? So I think that's part of the ding for Connor McDavid is like, yes, you got a lot of points and you got a lot of goals. You haven't won shit.
Right.
Your career is not early anymore. You haven't won shit. And that's probably why even more so the recency bias. Oh, you made it to the Stanley Cup final, did you? No, you didn't win. You didn't win. That's but yeah, that was interesting. I thought of you immediately, Didi, when I saw Floyd Mayweather at 25. I thought that is just absolutely insane.
It's the greatest boxer of all time. The guy's whole job was not to get hit and literally didn't get hit. 15-0. Like, I just don't understand. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Randy Moss is behind Peyton Manning. When somebody hit publish for this at ESPN.com, I just wonder what that went through their head when they were going through, like, 100 to 75, 75 to 50, and so on and so forth. And then you just get to that, 50 to 25, and you're just saying, we're going to put Randy Moss behind Peyton Manning. That's what we're doing here, guys.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm happy there's two football players before Randy Moss, and I'm like, okay, like, Tom Brady's greatest season ever was because of Randy Moss. Like, Tom Brady never set the world on fire in the NFL other than when he was with Randy Moss. Just,
Oh man.
I just don't get it. But yeah, the Connor McDavid thing, that I feel like has more to do with, like, I don't know, like, he's relatively new, not exactly new, but still, they should have done better with that one.
Like, and to put it in perspective, Ovechkin's 54th.
Yeah. See,
but again, accomplishments. Like they're like maybe they're really heavily stressing postseason here. It seems like.
Yeah, I don't
which
know.
You shouldn't.
I don't.
It's
Well, Mike Trout is 30. That dude's done shit.
Nothing.
Like, except just be good by himself. So I'm like, all right, I guess baseball's an individual sport. I guess that's what we're saying there by putting him 30. Because, like, the Angels, has he ever made the playoffs? Like
maybe once, maybe.
Like, he's got the MVPs, but, like, if they, like, the Angels suck. Like, they're so bad all the time. So I don't know.
Man, there are just too many soccer players on this list. People I've never heard of. Like, and like Adrian Beltre is 52nd. Name one thing he did. Give me a moment.
Give me one Beltre moment. Go.
Nothing. You got nothing. Go. Come on.
It's just so hard to compare athletes in different sports, and even athletes in the same sport. Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin, and Connor McDavid are the three hockey players on this list. They are so different from each other. Like, it's insane. Sid is, like, not the best at any one thing, but he's, like, second at everything. You know what I mean? Ovechkin is the best scorer, but, like, in other aspects of his athletic performance on the ice, he's embarrassing. Connor McDavid is the fastest thing on skates I've ever seen, scores goals, at a faster rate than anybody, but he hasn't won a championship. So it's like, I don't know what's most important. That's why they created this list, because then people like us talk about it, and then lots of people listen to this and they click over. That's what this list was created for.
Yeah. James Harden 67, Phil Mickelson 68. Like, I think Phil Mickelson's a piece of shit, but, like, one of the best golfers in history. James Harden's not in the top 5, top 10, 15. He's not in any of those lists. Like,
Phil shot out of the rough the other day. Come on.
Yeah.
That rough? Come on.
Like, I just, man, like, of course they had to put JJ Watt on this list at 58. And I'm just like,
oh, of course.
What? Why? Like, you don't have to put JJ Watt on every list about the, like, he's a fine football player. Like, he's fine. Like,
JJ Watt is ahead of Ed Reed.
Like,
by a lot.
What are we doing?
Man. Come on.
Come on. Like, what are we doing? Like, I know JJ Watt's a great football player. Fine. You guys all like him and everything, but JJ Watt over Ray Lewis, JJ Watt over Ed Reed. Like, I think he might be above Calvin Johnson. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I think he is. Like, I don't know what people think. I just truly don't. I don't understand what people think sometimes. I'm just like, what are we doing here?
It's a wild list.
It really is. Like, Shaun White's on this list. Okay. Like, I'm not saying snowboarding's not okay.
Oh boy.
It gets to these points where you're, like, talking about sports that you don't really, like, know about, but I watch snowboarding, and I'm like, if you dedicated your life to that and you were an athlete, could you do those things? I feel like you could. It just doesn't look that difficult to me. It just doesn't. There's something about snowboarding and the people I know who snowboard.
This conversation's
like,
over.
Yeah,
This conversation's over.
See, now I'm starting to lack respect for all the stuff that Didi said before, because now I don't know about that, man. I don't know.
You're like, hey, it's just time. It's just time, baby. That's it.
I understand that, like, you can't be in the NBA if you're 7 feet tall, right? No matter how much I dedicated my life to that, I was never going to be in the NBA. I was never going to be in the NFL, because look at me. Okay. Could I dedicate my life to snowboarding? Yeah. I don't know if I could have been Shaun White though, Didi. You see how many times he flips around?
And snowboarding and skateboarding. He did skateboarding before snowboarding.
He did.
They do it on snow. You realize that?
There's just a lot of these sports that I'm just like,
Didi, you can't walk outside without falling on your ass with the snow on the ground. And he's out there doing 780s and 720s and 1080s and
lots of 80s.
I don't know. Just
lots of 80s.
Lots of other 80s.
All the 80s.
All the 80s.
All the 80s. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I just see like and I have a respect because I've been in like the Formula One, like cars. I've been in the car before. So I have a respect for how much space they have and whatever. And I guess because, they can't go to the bathroom or whatever. But like, why are any of them dudes on this list? I don't consider it.
Okay.
Like,
I was going to say.
Like, shouts, like, shouts to those guys. But no, they shouldn't be on this list. Or if they are, they all should be like 100 to 95. Like,
Remind me when I come out to LA in 2028 for the Olympics out there to not stay with you and hear you talk about how easy everything was that we saw today.
Dude, like
Didi walks away from watching the Olympics not impressed.
Dude, I just realized how much I can't wait for rock climbing at the Olympics coming up. I'm very excited to watch rock climbing. I don't know, man. There's just I have a lot of problems with this list. I just have a lot of problems.
No, yeah, you have
a lot of problems. And golfers on this list, like, no offense to golfers, except Tiger.
Hold on.
Probably shouldn't be on this list.
I think I am understanding Didi's gripes here. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Didi. You tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But any sport that you can do well while buzzed, you don't respect it.
100%.
Baseball,
driving,
golf. Don't say driving. Don't say driving.
Formula One.
Yeah, Formula One.
Some might say snowboarders.
Yeah, they're definitely all
good
high.
Luck
all
with
of
that.
Because I don't think you can do any of that. There's no drug testing scandal at the X Games. So
you don't see a lot of doped up guys in the NHL because you would die, right? So
yeah, like I'm sorry. It's like golf, driving, like, unless you are like the most incredible at it, like I'm good. Like, Rory McIlroy's on this list at 93. Stop. What are we doing here? Like, why do we put him on? What are we doing? If you want to put Phil on the list, that's fine. Put Phil on the list. But he should be 93. He shouldn't be anywhere near the 60s or 50. No. And Tiger's the guy. Like, the reason why everybody's not fat on the golf course now is because of Tiger. Like, he deserves credit for that. But still,
Last question, and then we'll move on. Should Tiger have been ahead of LeBron? LeBron's 3.
Are we serious right now?
LeBron's 3 and Tiger's 8.
Should LeBron have been number 1 is the question. It's not, should anyone have been ahead of LeBron? The answer is no. No, he should not be ahead of LeBron. But the question is, should LeBron have been number 1? The answer is yes.
No. All right, we're moving on. We got other things to talk about.
No,
maybe we should have started with that.
The last
This is dying over there.
The thing that made me laugh, so I have water come through my nose. The only thing Didi called out to give Tiger Woods credit for is that other golfers aren't fat anymore.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's 100% it.
It's not the 13 major championships.
Yeah, not second most majors of all time. Not 82 career PGA victories.
Listen,
nobody's fat on the golf course anymore.
There's no more John Daly's on the golf course. That's what Didi's pumped about.
That's a big thing. That is a huge thing that people don't think that anybody can get out there and be on the PGA Tour. You actually have to look the part now. And that's because of Tiger. So shouts to Tiger. Of course he won. Of course he did all those things. That's very important. But no, like his biggest impact is like golfers aren't fat anymore.
Oh.
So I did not see us taking that many turns, but I'm glad we did.
Same.
It was fun.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is a fun episode 200.
Fun list. Yeah. Fun list. Fun episode 200. This is cool. Do we want to get to the worst best sport? Do we have that up?
Let's do it. Let's keep it controversial. Yeah. This was your topic, right, Chris?
Yeah, Chris. This is yours.
Oh, is there a graphic for it, or am I just talking about it?
You can just talk about it. Yeah. We don't need the graphic.
What was I don't even remember how I came across this. I just asked you guys.
It was just a tweet.
Yeah, it was a tweet.
It was just a tweet that asked it? Okay.
Yeah.
It was a tweet.
What sport are you best at? What sport are you worst at?
Yes. That I saw that and knew we were doing sports brunch. So I sent it to you guys, and then Dee followed up and said, what?
What exercise are you best at?
Wow, yeah. Like, this is an episode. This is episode 2.
Why would you guys? Why would you think I could do this? We've had 200 episodes.
This doesn't represent the history of this podcast. I don't know.
You know I'm not prepared. Why would you do that?
If this is the first time listening to the Brunch Breakdown, please tune in next week. Please.
Just so everybody a little inside baseball. Like, we gather topics throughout the week. We share them on various platforms. And then the day before we record, usually we like recap what we're going to talk about. All right, here's the rundown. And in all of those instances, Chris still didn't retain the one thing he brought to the table and that we shared with him yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna deny any of that. That's very true.
All right. Well, what sport are you best at? What sport are you worst at?
Use code CGF10. And
that's all I've been focused on lately.
That's it.
What sport are you best at?
Just to let you know how organized Chris Gates' training camp is going to be.
Or is it so organized that the rest of my life is a disaster because I haven't focused my attention on anything else?
Let's bring in your wife.
Olivia, come on down.
Correspondent downstairs.
Bring in Olivia and put an emoji over her face.
I can kick us off here and tell you that growing up, the sport that I was definitely the worst at was hands down baseball. Like just terrible at almost every aspect of it. And I was the guy that they put at second base because like the fewest balls got hit there, or right field because the fewest balls got hit there, and like couldn't do shit at the plate. I was not good.
For me, the worst sport, and it angered me so much because I wanted to be so much better at it, was basketball. And I was fortunate enough to have a basketball hoop in my driveway, and I was out there all the time. And I think part of the problem is I was never properly taught how to shoot. You know, you can shoot with 2 hands when you're like a child. But when you're in high school, you should know how to properly shoot a basketball with 1 hand. Never did. And so it was just a continual struggle all of life, and I've never gotten better at it, and I've always hated that. It's always basketball.
Best sport, track. 100, 200, sometimes the 400. But yeah.
Thanks for following. Thanks for following the path that we were doing, Dee, but that's okay. Go ahead. Do your own thing.
Yeah, hey, you guys talk about what you suck at, and then I'll just talk about how great I am. We're going to have to come back. We're going to have to come back around to you.
I thought we did best.
No.
We both just did worse.
You clearly weren't listening to us talk about how awful we are.
This is unbelievable. This show is unbelievable today.
Why in my head did I just think it was best? Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
He's like, I didn't have one because everything's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Dan are talking about failures, and then Dee's like,
all right.
Here's what I'm great at.
Here's what I'm really good at.
Well, fine. All right. I fast forwarded here. Okay. So best was definitely track. Worst for me was hockey. I couldn't do it. I couldn't hack it. And like, I can ice skate a little bit, But I'm talking more so like when we would be playing like on the like basically playing on the basketball court or like in the street or whatever. And I just like I don't know what it was, man. Like on rollerblades, I just could not like hit a slap shot for anything. Like I like listen, when I was like if I were moving fast, I was just passing the puck. Like just literally just I don't know, couldn't see it. Maybe it had to do with maybe I should have had glasses or something. I don't know what it was. But dude, did I just suck? Like I was just not great at it. And it really frustrated me because I wanted to be good at it. I really did. But I just was just never could get it. Never could
You
do
needed
it.
some you needed some rec specs out there. Help you see
Dude,
things a little clear.
my
Well,
mom,
thank you for being honest, Edie. That
you're welcome.
you're not
I
perfect.
apologize.
Yeah, you're bad at
I'm not
something.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect.
Yeah. Well, ironically, that was the best for me. Is not only the sport that I probably enjoyed playing the most, but probably that's why, because I was better at it than anything else. Started off as a forward. Chris and I played on many teams together. Started off as a forward, moved back to defense later in life. That's where the knee injuries came along, Chris. But yeah, that was probably the sport I was best at was hockey.
Dan had a slap shot. Can confirm.
It was dangerous.
Can confirm. My best. So I kind of went two ways. Because when I was younger, it was cross country. Like I was really, really good. But I get the other one I came to was hockey because it's the one that like I've continued. It's the only sport I've continued to play. Right. So like you have to at least be decent at that if you continue to play it later into life. So those are the two.
I don't believe that. I just think there's some sports that you just can play later in life.
Well, that's true because a lot of people suck at golf, but they do it. But I guess hockey, it's like if you're going to go to all that effort to keep playing, you probably got to at least be proficient at it because there's
That's
a lot,
true.
you know,
That's true.
A lot involved there.
Very true. All right. So it's
There,
best
yeah,
and
there
worst.
needs to be more. Yeah, there needs to be more sports like the main sport. I mean, maybe it's basketball. I guess a lot of old guys play basketball too. Like I love playing golf, and I'll play golf late into life because it's easier for old people to play golf. It's and I know there's a dear friend of ours listening that's gonna hate me for saying this. Like golf takes a long time.
I hate.
It's a long
So,
time.
Yeah,
It's
I'm a
4 hours,
big fan
and
of.
like sometimes maybe later in life that's what you need. You want to get out of the house, hit the 19th hole. You know, you're gone there for a while. But every once in a while, you just need an hour. I mean, that's what the range is for, I suppose. But putting on rollerblades at like 54 doesn't seem like a good idea to me. So I just wish it was going to be easier.
yeah. People always ask me, they're like, oh man, you golf? Like, oh, you're gonna start. I'm like, no, I'm not. Because the one thing I realized when I was like in high school, when everyone like kind of like started like golfing, basically like golfing, going golfing on their own, was that this is really boring. And I never want to be quiet either. So like I just don't get it. And I have friends who are like, oh man, the sound of the trees. Da, da, da. Like, no, I'm good. None of that. No, it's good for me. Because I don't even think I would be bad at golf. I'm like, whatever. Like I see the people I know who play golf. I'm like, well, I'm more athletic than you. So I'm just like,
Oh boy.
I know I'd be all right at it. So like, but it's just one of those things where like I just don't want to walk around all day. Like I was like, can we go do something else? Like,
A
like
lot of the
I
golf
would,
carts have Bluetooth in them now. So when we play, we have the music playing.
yeah, but can we go do something else? Like I'd just be bored. Like you're just walking around. Like you're just like on
Oh,
the cart. Just I don't know. Just boring. I'm good.
I'm a big fan of playing nine.
nine's great. Love
Yeah.
nine.
I feel like I would do like I feel like it would be like a board game for me. Like I get really bored with board games. So like after a certain point, I'm just like, good God, I'm out. And I feel like after like two holes, I'd be like, dude, how much more? Oh my God, we're still doing this. And I'd be like asking you guys, can we leave? Can we just go? We already paid. Like whatever, the money's gone. Let's just go. You know. But yeah. All right. Best worst exercise. Christopher, what's your best and worst exercise?
Ah, jeez.
He's gonna treat us like Didi. I'm good at all of
I
them,
know. He's
and
like,
I don't stink, and I don't suck.
My best in terms of the strongest is deadlift, but like most people are strongest at deadlifts, like your whole body's involved in picking up the weight. So you're going to be strongest at it. So I don't know that that's all that impressive, but like there's something cool about being good at being able to just pick up whatever the hell you want. Right. So I'm a big fan of the deadlift. And I think that's what I'm best at. What about you guys?
I enjoy core work in general, so I'll say that. Um, I think I'm probably best at, I mean, just like a simple crunch. I'm good with a simple crunch. I could crunches all day and have no problem with it. Um, but I do love a good wood chop. I love a good wood chop. Get that dumbbell in the hand and just chop away like that. I feel like I could just keep going with that thing. That's a little core strength, a little core energy there. Maybe a good mountain climber. Love a good mountain climber. So yeah, that's probably my best.
Sound like a mountain man.
I
Mountain
know.
climbers and wood chopping.
I know. It's like,
Okay, Sasquatch.
I didn't
like
think about
Dan's
that.
Dan's got a flannel shirt on in my head. He's like
Right.
Paul Bunyan right now. What's going on?
Yeah. Just sleeveless flannel is what I work out in.
My best, I'm really good at a leg press. I have always been impressed by how much I could how much I could lift with my legs. Because I'm not the biggest guy in the world, never have been. But the legs, strong down there, baby. Strong down there. But yeah, nice leg press. Anytime I get a chance to, I'm like, hotel gym's got one. I like to show off a little bit. So yeah, leg press.
I like that. The first strength training exercise I ever did was in middle school for football, and it was the leg press. And I cranked out like 20 reps. They did like how many reps you could do test on a couple lifts. I did 20 reps on like several hundred pounds on a leg press. Couldn't believe that I could do it. Also didn't know the ramifications of doing that when you had never lifted weights before, and I could not walk for a week. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The one I'm worst at is absolutely the bench press. The barbell bench press. Somebody like me who has been strength training consistently for over a decade should absolutely be able to bench press more than I can bench press. So from that perspective, it's embarrassing. I can bench press more than the vast majority of people, but I've been lifting for a long time and it's embarrassing. So we're going to go with the bench press.
That's legit.
Worst for me, well, first of all, I hate active recovery. I know that's not like a particular exercise, but it annoys me greatly. It's like I just did all this work. Now recover while doing more work. I hate that. But I particularly hate the forearm plank. I can do a traditional plank. Forearm planks. No, thank you. Comfortable. And if your body's shaking, that's good. Your body's telling you it's working. I'm like, no, body's saying, shut it down. We don't like this. We don't like this. It's a forearm plank and get the hell out of here.
For me, it's yoga, period. Like
the whole genre,
the whole genre, the whole crew, everything about yoga. I am just not flexible. I've never been flexible. I have done all the things to try to be flexible. And I'm somebody who's done more physical therapy than anybody you'll ever meet. And most of physical therapy, especially when it comes to your back, is all yoga. It's all yoga. So like I still do yoga, and it just every time there are certain things that I'm better at, but when I look at other people doing those things, I'm like, my God, I've been doing this for how long and I'm still not there. And I don't know. My body's just not meant for yoga. I'm not meant to be a yogi. Or maybe in like 10 years, I'll be good at it. But like, who knows? But man, oh man, dude, it is the worst. The worst.
You've got that robot back now. Maybe you could be better at it now that
that's the thing. That's when I started doing so much of it. So basically for the last like 3 years, it's been lots of yoga. And I'm still just
don't give up.
Not great at it.
Don't give up.
Not giving up.
Didi, if you just dedicate more time to it, anybody can do it. It's easy.
Yeah, because you're perfect at everything else. So
that you're offended that there's no yogi in the top 100 list.
Is you would be perfect, right?
Okay, when I said that was probably really dumb. So I said that. I was just thinking about the people that I know who do these things, and I don't find. I basically base how hard a sport is based off of the people I know who do it. And then I'm like, if you do that, then if I did that, then I feel like, I don't know. There's just something about the people I know who do a sport and then that's how I judge how good people are at it. That's all. How hard it is.
I don't know that that's the best rating system.
It's not. It's really not.
You should have watched the Open Championship on Saturday when it was raining and cold in across the pond, and the best players in the world look like hot garbage. Hot garbage.
One of the things I'll never understand about golf. You guys like get off on that. Like you guys love that shit. You're like, oh man, everybody's plus 12 going into Sunday.
Yeah,
and I'm
it
like,
makes me feel better.
you guys what?
Like we're all human.
You guys are like so amped to watch that shit.
Yes.
It's like NBC hit a ratings high because everybody sucked in the rain.
Yeah.
We all watched. Like, all right, let's get into music, boys. Let's do it. What are we listening to? Christopher, what you got?
So my first one is going to be Eternal Boy, and I know that Dan is probably going to talk about that as well. They put out a new album, Little Room to Breathe. I'm going to put a song on the playlist. I'll let Dan pick whichever one he wants. I'll just say I texted Rishi, lead singer of Eternal Boy, when I listened to the album, and I just told him, thank you for continuing to make music, because I've been following this band for like 20 years. It's insane. And it's so cool to see where they started, what they're doing now, the hard work that or what can be achieved when you put in the hard work and you just stay consistent with it. The vocal range, Rishi's vocal range on this album is awesome. Like lots of falsetto. Didn't expect that, but it was very, very good. Yeah. And looking at it now, 9 songs, 27 minutes, boys. That is just core to the early 2000s pop punk. And that is what this band is, that's what they lean into, right? That 2003 era of pop punk. I love it. Absolutely love it. Shouts to the boys. One of my favorite albums of the year, for sure.
Yeah, amazing work. Let's put Summer Without Stars on the playlist from Eternal Boy. That one probably showcases some of what you just talked about there, the best there, Chris. An incredible album from our dear, dear friends. Go support them. They are opening for Bowling for Soup, for crying out loud, this summer. Just kicking off tour this week. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. A lot of hard work being paid off there. Well deserved. Since you took that one, let me go another direction with my girl, Remy Wolf. Her new album, Big Ideas, came out 2 weeks ago. Didn't have a chance to talk about it last week since we didn't have an episode. And it is absolutely incredible. The whole album from start to finish, her best collection of songs. I could put any number of songs on the playlist. I'm going to give you 2 because you got to listen to at least. First one's called Soup, and the second one is called Frog Rock. That's right, Frog Rock. Again, do it more justice. Give the whole album a listen from Remy Wolf. Excited to see her on tour later this year, but her new album, Big Ideas, is amazing.
Yeah, Soup is awesome. I love that song. So Masterpiece is the name of this band, I believe. I don't think it's one guy, but it could be one guy. I'm not exactly sure. They're from London, and this song is all of just late 2000s, 2010, and it just makes me feel that. And the song's called Home, and it's got this amazing catchy chorus. And then who pops up when I'm listening to the new music playlist? Wale shows up on this, and it's everything. It's 2009, 2010s like pop energy. It's awesome. I love this song so much, and it's also made me feel really old, the fact that I'm saying this is a throwback to the 2010s. So yeah, this is a 2010 sound, and yeah, but Masterpiece, Home. You're going to love this song. I promise you. You listen to this song after we're done here, you're going to love this song. This song's incredible. I'm gonna send you the link to make you listen to it today. It's incredible. Love the song.
You guys are gonna love this song too, because you probably already do, because it's 30 years old, and it blew my mind that it's 30 years old. But I randomly saw it on social media, and I was like, shit, that song was fire. Okay. Totally random. Blues Traveler, the song Hook. Dude, you remember this guy singing and playing harmonica at the same time? talk about athleticism. Put him on the top list of 100 athletes because holy shit, crazy, so good, so catchy. I hadn't heard that song in years, and I loved it. And the first thing I thought was it should go on this playlist.
Who can Blues Traveler? Rory McIlroy. Blues Traveler can go over Rory McIlroy right there.
So much Rory. So much Rory hate.
Yeah.
How about he can replace the cricket player that's like number 97?
Yeah, let's do that.
Know what that sport is.
Listen, if you ever watch cricket,
no.
Honestly, you could put him over JJ Watt, the cricket guy. Take Rory off the list, and like Ed Reed's 99. Are we high here? What are we doing?
Okay.
This guy, I can't wait to play golf with you, Didi. Another man that I've been a big fan of, and it's gone away. He's been gone for a couple of years. He had been going through some stuff. Okay. And I'm super glad he's back. My man, Rex Orange County. He's back. Yeah. And guess what? Clear.
Hey.
Good man. Hey, we're all good. That's why we're good to put him on the playlist. All right. He does have a new album coming out in early September, but he gave us 2 singles early this week. I'm going to put Guitar Song on the playlist. The other is called Alexander, and it's more like poetry and kind of talking. And like, it's a tough listen lyrically. He kind of talks through some of the stuff that he goes through, and that's a tougher listen, but I'll put Guitar Song on the playlist. Rex Orange County. Welcome back, Rex.
Nice. Yeah, dude, Rex Orange County and Hobo Johnson, 2 Brunch Breakdown favorites, both got in some trouble, but then both got cleared. So
cleared.
Yeah.
Happy for him.
All right. So, Enemy magazine put out like a collection of songs from like newer artists. And I'm gonna put 2 of them on here because 2 of them are Brunch Breakdown favorites. Teddy Swims' Funeral is on here, and yes. I Don't Mind by my girl Lola Young. So Lola Young back on the playlist. Had a week off, but now she's back on this cool Bose and Enemy C24 is what it's called, little playlist that they put out, and it's pretty sweet. So there's 7 songs on it, all by like relatively new artists except for like Teddy Swims, but yeah, it's pretty great. So yeah, check it out if you get a chance.
My last one is from one of my favorite newer pop punk bands. They're called Honey Creek. They're from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so my native state. And they put out a new song called Front to Back, which I actually have not listened to yet. I'm excited to. So this is kind of like it's like one of those blind taste tests Dan does of like Pop-Tarts on the podcast. We're all going to do that this week. It's going to be great.
Been a while since we had one of those. Need to do one of those again soon.
I gotta get that back.
Yeah.
Fall coming around the corner. That's when the good shit comes out. Just wait. Last one from me. Yeah, there's been so much good music over 2 weeks since we missed last week. Glass Animals released their album this week, and it is so good. So good. Again, I could all put any number of songs on this playlist for you from their album. But I'm going to give you 2 again, because one's not good enough. Show Pony. And then the other one is called What the Hell is Happening? And it's one word, of course. But Glass Animals, most people have heard of their stuff, by now. Heat of the Summer was huge. Tangerine was huge. This album is fantastic, start to finish.
Nice. And the last one I'm going to put on here is a challenge to you guys and anybody else listening. There's a song. It's called "Know That I Know" by Lake Street Dive. This song is so good and makes me so happy. It came out. It's from 2021. I hadn't heard it until literally like a couple weeks ago when I was watching. It's the credits song of this Netflix rom-com that I was watching, and this song is so good and will absolutely make you want to dance with your wife. And if you don't want to dance with your partner when this song comes on, get divorced. That's all I can say. Get divorced. Because the song's called "Know That I Know," and it's so good, and it just makes you want to dance in your socks with your wife in the kitchen. And I'm letting you know right now that just if you don't, I'm telling you, if you don't feel that way when this song comes on, it's time to end it. It's time to end it.
Uh-oh.
Call it quits. I'm just telling you right now. Call it quits. Yep. Because this song is love, man. It's just love. Damn it.
Okay.
Yeah. So If you're questioning, play this song. That's all.
Here's your test.
And that's what we're listening to today on the Brunch Breakdown's 200th episode. The 200th episode of the Brunch Breakdown. Make sure you check out the playlist Sounds of Brunch on Spotify. Tell Siri, tell Alexa to play the sounds of brunch. Boys, 200 episodes. Final thoughts.
Sign up for training camp. And it's the most organized part of my life. You'll love it.
Code CFG10 and episode 200, boys. This has been amazing. I want to thank our listeners for sticking around with us from the start, wherever you jumped in. Thank you for continuing to ride with us. We have a lot of fun doing this. Hopefully you do as well. Maybe don't heed all of our advice from time to time. Like, don't put emojis over your kids' faces, but then Dee Dee's like, get divorced if you don't like this song. So like, I don't know, maybe we were the drunk ones this whole show. It kind of seemed that way, but hopefully you had fun with us. And it's easy to be an Olympic star. It's easy.
Just, okay, don't get divorced if you listen to the song No Feeling. Just marriage counseling.
Okay. Good stuff. Do you want to take back the COVID was good thing too? Do you want to retract that while we're here?
Dee Dee has said a lot of shit.
Yeah. Got a lot of t-shirts made from this podcast.
My apologies to Sean White. We ran out of time. That's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out.